been a fair amount of that resurrecting itself, I would say, since Mary Earps has won Sports Personality of the Year. And people say, well, it's just become a woke fest and no man will ever win it again. The fourth female victor in the BBC's competition in a row.
Third in a row.
Is it third in a row? And, I mean, Joey Barton said some pretty spicy things, comparing her to a sack of potatoes.
Betty?
Yeah, no, Joey Barton's been utterly vulgar in his tweet, as Joey Barton often is.
That's not fair.
Yeah, no, he's just saying a sack of potatoes who plays a girl's sport.
That's ridiculous.
And yeah, I mean, Joey Barton's hardly an arbiter of morality and decency.
There
it is. To win before Ronnie O'Sullivan and Frankie Dettori, well, that's just madness to me. Fair enough, fair comment. Both almost genius-like in their respective fields. They've lost to a big sack of spuds that plays in goal for a girls' team. I mean, Joey, you're a man who's actually been to prison for a fray. You've only been capped for England once. You're hardly some sort of representative of how common, decent-minded people think. So
that said, though, Ronnie
Barton.
O'Sullivan has had a sensational year. He's the greatest snooker player ever. Credit to my family, of course, and also Stuart Broad, after an incredible career as an England fast bowler, retired this year, and in his final his final ball, he got someone out, and his final at the crease with the bat, the final ball he hit for 6. A fantastic end to a fantastic career. He has to be more qualified to be BBC Sports Personality of the Year than the goalkeeper, the second member of the Lionesses in a year, who, by the way, screwed up when we failed to qualify, or the Lionesses failed to qualify for the Olympics. So, I mean, respect to Mary Earps, great servant of her country and at football and all that, but she just did not have the year that Ronnie O'Sullivan or Stuart Broad or a few other men had. And the fear is that's what's happened to this contest. It's disappeared into an abyss of wokery, and no man will ever win again.
I just think it's really refreshing that we're seeing a woman win a prize that lots of people think that men should have won, whereas far too often in sports now, we're seeing men who say they're now women taking prizes off biological.
It's like Alex, she keeps sort of saying, see how you like it now. Yeah, I take that point.
What I think is so remarkable about this is when women have said, oh, it's not really fair, we don't get paid the same. Oh, it's not really fair, we never get a chance to win these awards. Men are like, oh, you toxic feminist, look at you. You are so anti-male, you're a misandrist, you're awful. The minute a woman, something's been won by women 3 times in a row, blimmin' heck, men get prickly about it, don't they? But the problem we do have here is when you don't have a meritocracy, when things are being done for tokenistic value alone, then when a woman does deserve something, this whole debate ensues. We don't get to just enjoy it and keep it.
By the way, on social media, the viewers of this programme, BBC Sports Personality of the Year, descended on it. They were furious, partly because it was always a huge event on a Sunday night. It used to be like at the Birmingham NEC or something like that, Wembley Arena. Massive event with the biggest names in sport, thousands of them there. This year, in a tiny little studio, 3 women and Gary Lineker presenting it. It's just dwindled to not much anyway. A lot of people think it might not be long for this world.
No, it's an interesting thought to worry about. But if we're talking that women are now winning these sorts of things, we saw Nigel Farage come pretty close to winning the jungle thing. If you combine the two, you combine someone with Farage's politics and personality with being a woman, do you think, Alex, you might win I'm a Celebrity next year if you went on?
I'm not going on that. I don't like insects, and no one needs to see me snoring. No, forget it. I'll go on MasterChef. I like cooking. I know my places in the kitchen.
You'll change your mind when they offer you £350,000.
But you know what? It's like being in the jungle, sitting next to you every day. I've got my fair
you don't
share
get
of wild
350
animals
grand
in my
for
life.
that, do you?
No, I don't. Yeah.